Welcome, everybody. It is Friday the 27th. We're doing a little switcheroo today. We have been doing, in this cycle, we did flat bench, and we did incline dumbbell. So flat dumbbell, incline dumbbell. Now we're going to another bench variation, and that's the close grip bench press. We're going to same little workup on this. So we're going to go 3 sets, 30 seconds, max reps. If you've been with us the whole time, you've done this progression. We go 30 seconds, 1 week, 35, 40, 45. The goal being that you're getting time under tension. So you're not gaming this, treating it like a CrossFit AMRAP where you're trying to figure out where you can rest a little bit and get as many reps with as little fatigue as possible. We're looking to get as many reps as we can, but really as much fatigue and connection with that muscle as we possibly can. We are looking to drop off in reps. You're looking to start this, get 10 reps, and then get 8, and then get 6, and then maybe only get 4, because it's getting more difficult because you're putting a ton of strain on the muscle. That's the entire goal with this. And that's the goal with bodybuilding, right? Bodybuilders, some of them track performance like reps over the course of the weeks and the weight that they're using purely just as an indicator of progress. But going 12 reps on the first set, 10 on the next, 8 is celebrated, right? Dropping off a little bit is celebrated because that means you're connecting so well with the muscle that it is tired. And we're looking to create a lot of fatigue in our muscle to grow it. So when you feel that today, that's what you want. Close grip bench is going to be different for a lot of people. A good place to start is fingertips right on the knurl where it meets the smooth, right? So your fingertips not on the smooth, it's just kind of touching it. It's a good place to start. That's going to feel tight if you're a tall person. You can move it out a little bit, right? Close grip is technically anything that is closer than your standard bench grip, and you're going to have to play with it a little bit to find it. What you want to feel on the close grip is you want to feel that you're able to sink into this tricep and you're almost mashing your forearm onto your bicep and pushing it away. It's not a skull crusher, but it is certainly tighter than a normal bench. A normal bench, we're out here, right, and that elbow's coming pretty far back. That angle of the forearm is straight up and down. With the close grip, it's okay that it kind of comes back to you a little bit and you're pushing up. We want to do that true tricep extension on each lift. It is not a skull crusher, it's not a JM press, but it is certainly more tricep heavy, and that is the goal. You can use a load that is prescribed, but with the close grip bench, it's really difficult to prescribe a percentage of your bench press because people are so different. Some people bench a lot because their shoulders are jacked, right? And their shoulders are super strong. But the triceps aren't that strong. And so close grip bench, you're not going to be able to use your max if that's you. Some people bench close grip already, so this is going to be a little too light. Should feel about RPE 7 to 8, but really the goal is that you get as much time under tension with solid reps as you can. Once you finish that, you've got some strict pull-ups. We're going to accumulate 60 reps in as few sets as possible. That said, don't max out your first set. This is where you can kind of game it a little bit. We want all quality reps. So as long as the reps are quality, you're good. You can do sets of 3. And if you did sets of 3 with a little bit of rest, this would feel daunting, but it wouldn't be that long of a piece. If you've been following along, you did a 10-minute AMRAP at some point in the program. That should give you kind of a good idea of where you're at. And if you haven't, then this is a good day to set a baseline. Definitely don't come out with a max rep set. And if you're looking at 60 reps and you're going, there's no possible world where I could do 60 strict pull-ups in a day, then we're going to ban them. You could even do this where you do, say you have 10 strict pull-ups. You're like, I could do 10, but after that, I'm falling off. Do 10, and then do the rest banded. But remember, use as little band tension as possible to help with these. And even if you are using a band, don't kind of just bounce up and down. Treat this as a very strict movement that you're just getting some assistance on. The second option here is the weighted strict pull-up. So you're going 6 sets of 5 at your 5 rep max weight. If you've not done a 5 rep max in the program with us, that is okay. It is not a huge deal. You can just use a weight that feels like RP8, which means that all these are quality reps. You're not just doing this job on some of them where you're just kind of getting your chin over. You want to be able to get your chin all the way over, squeeze it, have it be hard, get to 5 reps and feel like, I don't know if I can do a 6th, I don't know if I can do a 7th. but I probably could. The 1 minute rest between sets, suggestion. If you need more rest, if you do 5, rest 1 minute, 5, rest 1 minute, and you're like, ooh, I maybe only have 2 if I jump in, take 2 to 3 minutes off and then come back to it and do another set. You don't have to do that 1 minute of rest. So just keep that in mind. Once you finish that, we have a fun workout. It is 7 rounds for time, 5 bar facing burpees, 10 hang power cleans at 95, 65, 30 double unders. 7 rounds is a lot. 5 bar facing burpees, not very many. 10 hang power cleans at 95 pounds, 65 pounds, not very many. If you're not using that load, you should be using something that you can go unbroken with without question every single round. And then 30 double unders, also not a lot. So what's going to happen in this workout is it's going to feel like you're never on one movement for all that long. It's going to feel the longest on the hang power cleans because you have the most time under tension, and that's the biggest movement, right? You're covering a lot of ground there. You got to pick up the bar, get set, go. So use that as your anchor. Be like, I just got to get back to the hang power cleans. I just got to get back to the hang power cleans. That being your mental anchor for this workout would be a really good spot. Your 5 bar facing burpees and your 30 dubs are going to feel like they go by really fast. And because of that, your heart rate's going to be super elevated. If this were 10 bar facing burpees and 50 dubs, this workout, and it was even 5 rounds, it would slow way down. Your rep speed would just be slower. The time between movements would be longer, so you'd be a little fresher when you get to them. So don't let these small numbers throw you off. You're going to feel really tired because you're never that far away from a movement. This is similar to when we do those EMOMs, where if you've been on the program, we do that EMOM where it's 15 cal row or whatever you're rowing. It's row, row, bike, bike. So you do it twice in a row. That feels way worse than doing the 40-minute EMOMs where you go row, movement, bike, movement. That's because you have space between the times that you're touching that implement. And with that space, you get to recover a little bit from that specific stimulus. So if you've done those 20-minute pieces where it's redundant, it's bike, bike, row, row, that feels way worse. This is going to be a very similar feeling to that where you're like, man, it shouldn't feel this hard with these numbers. It's going to because you're never that far away from having just done that movement. It's going to feel really kind of quick and cyclical. So keep that in mind as you go. You should aim to increase your effort as you go rather than drop off. So start a little bit conservatively. Once you finish that, we have some dumbbell rolling tricep extensions, 4 sets of 25. Totally fine if these drop off, right? If you do 25, then you do 20, then you do 15, then you do 10. That's all right. That means you're really connecting with the tricep, just like I talked about on the bench press. Use a weight that feels like RP6 for the first set. Once you get that pump, and if you're really doing these intentionally, you are going to feel like that weight is RP9 by the end. So start around a 6. These are going to increase in effort as you go through without increasing the weight. They're just going to get harder because of the fatigue. Once you finish that, your bonus work today is death by fan bike calories. If you've never done a death by, it's an EMOM where you add 1 rep of whatever you're doing as you go through it. So in this case, we're going to start with an 8 or a 6 cal fan bike, male, female. And then you're going to add a cal each minute. If you look at that and you say, man, I could do the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with almost no effort, then you can start kind of at that 10 or that 12 mark. There's a little bit of adjustment that's fair there. This is a good starting point for most people. But if you are a machine on the bike, then you can start with a little bit higher calories. The goal is that you're just getting those calories done without sandbagging. So you're not looking to like drag your 8 out over, if you're somebody who's capable of doing like 15 and 40 seconds on repeat. You're not looking to drag your 8 over the minute, right? And do 50 seconds and then go again. You're looking to finish in about 40 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds on those shorter ones. Dig your hole a little bit, right? We're training, we're not competing on this. And so we want it to be a training stimulus, which means that you can dig that hole just a little deeper than you otherwise would. Once you're done with that, you're all done with today, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of training.